What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody had a good week. So, Hellcat versus ZL1. Got a feeling we're gonna produce some tears today. So, anyways, I kind of want to get to topic. Sorry if my voice sounds kind of raspy. The weather's been doing this. I work outside, so yeah, been out in and out, in and out, in and out. So I'm kind of coming down with something again. So. But it's all good. We're gonna keep everything moving today. So I hope everybody, like I said, hope everybody had a good week. I did want to bring up last week on the last stream, Mr. Burley brought up a thing that he said that the Camaro is gonna stop being produced in January of 2024. Just kind of wanted to touch base on that. Probably want to just read the whole ads or article. I'm sorry, jeez. This is from GM Authority. Here's when the 2024 Chevrolet Camaro production will start. Like I said, it's really quick, short ad or a short article. I'll just read through the whole thing here real quick. So it says the 6th generation Chevy Camaro set to exit with the conclusion of the 2024 model year. Now GM Authority has learned when the production of the 2024 Camaro will officially go underway. According to sources familiar with the matter, the start of regulation SORP of the 2024 Camaro is set for August 7th of 2023. So, as is the case for the 2023 Camaro, the 2024 Camaro will once be again produced in the GM Lansing Graver plant, the one that I went up and tried to get a glimpse of my car. In Michigan, as GM Authority covered previously, production of the 2023 Camaro will end August 3rd. So, GM will stop taking orders for the 2023 Camaro in June. So, last month, GM announced that the 2024 Camaro will be available with a new collector's edition package, confirming that an article from 2021 about the final model year, just saying that they're going to have a farewell special edition, blah, blah. Although GM declined to specify exactly what the new 2024 collector's edition will entail, the automaker did hint that it's going to pay homage to, Camaro resurfacing the Panther name, or code name Panther. So, kind of looking at the photos again, I think it's going to be like a matte black. I think that's a cheap alternative for them, whether it's going to be a wrap or paint. I'm kind of throwing my guess as in it's going to be some form of a matte black, satin black, semi-gloss black, wherever that gloss level variation falls. But going on, it says the 2024 Camaro Collector's Edition package will be available in North America for the RS and SS package, trim level, as well as a limited number for ZL1. So, I don't think it could get any more 50-50 than that. As far as, Alex and I were discussing that if the chassis is numbered that, it's going to be Ixnay the Hombre for the Camaro, that's like 50% down the line, straight up and down. So I don't know how it could get any more on the fence than that. But in the end, my gut is telling me that it is good news. So, let's finish it off here. It says production of the 2024 Camaro will end January of next year. Okay, so looking ahead, actually comment below. Do you think that they're going to cut production in January? I could be wrong, but I'm still thinking no. Looking ahead, GM has confirmed that the Chevrolet Camaro nameplate will indeed get a new generation sometime in the future. Boom. Just like we were talking for probably about a month now. The specifics of what the next generation Camaro will look like are still unavailable, but it will most likely include some form of all screwed up powertrain, possibly with the introduction of, I ain't saying it. So, as a reminder, the Chevy Camaro currently has the 2.0 turbo the V6 NA, and the 6.2 LT1 NA, and then the supercharged LT4. And it does ride on the Alpha platform. So, yeah. All right. Looks like we got Rooney W. There was an article I read at GM says making a new small block V8. Yes. As far as we know right now, as far as I know, they're basically, they just took like $1 billion and they're going to make a V8. I did hear intentions of them putting it in the Corvette for the C9. So, yeah, it seems as if this V8 is going to be intended for trucks, but we all know that, when they build something, it's a hand-me-down for everybody. They make a variation off of the same thing, off the same platform for, that's how they squeeze every penny out of everything. Yeah. Mr. Browning, how we doing, sir? John Todd, what's up, bud? Yeah. 90% chance, huh? Okay. You're on, buddy. You're on. Yeah. T. Browning says, I was considering a 24 collector's edition, but if it doesn't come in a welded package, then I will, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm guessing that this is going to be the ZL1 1LE replacement. This is going to be the final ride for the ZL1 1LE. But, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. If it comes back as EV, I'm actually kind of happy because I don't have to spend another 80 or 90 grand on a new car. You know what I mean? So, I can finish this loan out. Boom, I'm done. And then it's mods from here on out. So, the EV, they are shooting them. I don't even know an analogy for it. They would be so stupid to do that, but Alex, what's up, buddy? Representing the Mopar brand here tonight. I honestly think that they would be just stupid. Everybody is having problems selling EVs. Pretty much like I said, my interpretation of the EV line is it's a commuter car. Pretty much like the Chevy Volt, the Chevy Bolt. Yeah, I just don't see buses. I don't see semis being EV. I don't see airplane. I don't see any of this stuff going EV. EV is such a limited architecture, platform, whatever you want to say. It's dead end. So, not really a dead end. It's just an accent or a compliment to the gas. Gas is going nowhere. T. Browning says, if it goes EV, then our cars will just appreciate more, hopefully. Yes. Yep. I think they will in the short run. But yeah, it's all going to depend on if we can get fuel. If we have access to fuel and parts for them, then we'll be doing fine. I was going to do a stream about synthetic fuels. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that at all, but tonight I did a poll. So tonight you guys definitely came through and you said you want to talk about Hellcat versus ZL1. Yeah, so I suppose we should probably get into that. As you all know, I ordered, yes, 100%. Yes. Yes, sir. I couldn't agree with that anymore. While I was waiting for my ZL1, you guys know, actually, if you go through my channels, I made a couple videos about me ordering a Hellcat Red Eye. And I think it was probably a month ago. I got the phone call from my dealer saying, we stopped. They only got so many allocations for the Red Eye. And, yeah. I guess I didn't make the cut or whatever. I wasn't, but I don't know how long that list was or whatever, but Um, so little did I know, I guess everything was replaced with this Demon 170 or whatever. So it's all good because I'm feel very fortunate. I guess you could still get a Hellcat, but everybody says that Hellcats, they've always upped the power, upped the power, upped the power. But I only seen since 2015 707 and 717. So I mean, the jailbreak, but um, when you had the substantial power increases, but they only did like the 10 horsepower, 15 horsepower game with those anyways. So I mean, when you ordered, like when you spec'd out a Hellcat and then you tacked on the wide body, like it was a lot of money. It was like $10,000 or $15,000 just for that one box to tick off. But you did get a lot for it. I still think it's a no brainer if scenario was the same and you were still able to order just like normal. But now everything's just went insane. So I don't know if Alex, can you tell us if we can still order a red eye? I don't know. Just because I had an experience with one dealership doesn't mean that's sweeping assumption for all dealerships. I'm not sure. So I don't know if they are keeping it to a minimum to make room for the demon coming in, or if or if they're just eliminating it completely. So, but it's a old architecture. Old. I mean, and I did Google it, and it says right here the Chrysler Dodge uses the Mercedes E platform. And if I remember right, the E platform, that was like the big four-door sedan for the Dodge Challenger, Charger, discontinued Magnum wagon, and the Chrysler 300. So, I mean, this formula has worked out for other manufacturers, Lamborghini, and including. So, I mean, the Gallardo is run. Says yeah, some places you can. Monday I'll go see about Uh, it looks like John Todd got the same thing. Dealer said you cannot order any more Scat Packs or Hellcats. Oh, Hellcats too. Okay. Well, I mean, I think Chevrolet is going to be. I think they're trying to play the mouse in the corner. And I think that they're going to be kind of just hanging back, like I said, and they're going to be seeing what overflow they can catch from the Dodge crowd. So I think from what Dodge owners don't just jump to buying a Ford Mustang or the new GT500 that's going to come out or whatever, I think that they're going to be targeting GM, C8, or Camaro, and I honestly think that if you're, the working class, like most of us are, that, you're just trying to look to see where your money goes the furthest, I honestly think that you'd be a fool if you overlook the ZL1. Now, the only downside to this is Chevrolet, most domestics, after 10 years, when the production's done, so 2024, we know by 2034, I'm sorry, the parts, they're not going to be at dealerships. They're going to be discontinued, and they're going to start falling off here probably within the next 7 or 8 years. So, yeah, what John Todd say now. That's just my dealership. I'm sure if you go to, yeah. I'm sure that if you went to their horsepower locator or whatever, you still might get an allocation or two out there. I'm not sure, but as far as me and my dealership, when I tried, I got the door slammed in my face. So yeah. What would Alex say? My hunch is smaller dealers still have bigger places might get calls from all over the country. Yeah. So, but I mean that's just fine. So pretty much I got this because I understand StreamYard and everything. because I don't have the Wi-Fi plugged in or hardwired in, there's going to be a little bit of lag. I've learned this from rewatching my streams, so I'm going to go at a little bit slower of a pace and let the Wi-Fi keep up here. So, do you guys want to start? I guess let's just go ahead and start with the Camaro, because the build's really simple and really short. So let's do this. And this is actually, I pulled up this, and this is the one that I ordered, and now I'm good on. So how do you start over with this? Let's do coupe, and I'm gonna do regular ZL1. I hate saying regular ZL1. Regular ZL1. Yeah, I'm gonna go regular ZL1 stick, because I mean, to me that's a bonus. Which for the 2023 model year, Dodge was supposed to. I haven't pulled it up, building price. I literally just put all this stuff together as I was sitting here waiting for StreamYard to do its thing. So, rumor is that Dodge was supposed to bring them back the manual for the Challenger in the last and final year. So we'll see here. Let's just go with the black, the Mr. Burley spec. We'll do the graphite wheels, because we know we can't get a 1LE. So that's why I'm going to do a Hellcat versus a standard ZL1. Shocker, you only get one seat type. We got it. Seatbelt color. Now remember this, it's $195. We'll go through, see we can't get any of that. You can spec this stuff out and order it individually. I did get the black lug nuts. Hindsight, I wouldn't do it again. Man, that thing is awesome. There you go. There's your summary. $69,440. So you're talking 69 grand for pretty much a Hellcat equivalent. Now this is no thank you. The Dodge Challenger, because I think it's two-door versus two-door, stick versus stick if they have it. So let's do. Man, look at the jailbreak, starting at 72. Damn. So I guess we don't have an option now. They used to have just a regular Hellcat. Okay. So we'll even go narrow body to keep it fair here, and we'll go black. I believe this is going to be an Alex spec. Let me go back here. Yeah. Okay, and then so we're already at 73,000. Now we'll go black because it's free. Both sides it's free. The stripes and everything, this is all aesthetic. It's really not gonna be comparable. The wheels, I'm gonna leave the standard wheels on. I don't understand this. To me, that is just a hideous wheel. The calipers. Now this is where the Hellcat does shine. You do have options, but this is pretty much about it. I will say that the tires, as far as the tires you're going to get, you're just going to get standard P0 all-season tires, as opposed to like the ZL1, you're getting the Supercar 3s. Supercar 3, and take it from me, I am not a Goodyear fan. I have had nothing but bad luck with their Wranglers. I've had nothing but bad luck with their Assurance. There's been a few other. I've had some Eagle tires. They've been okay, but I mean performance-wise, but they wore quick. But this Supercar 3, I am impressed with. It is a good tire. But and you get all this included in the price. So we are already probably about $4,000 cheaper. And I mean the colored calipers, that's pretty cool. The wing, pretty much everything. I do like the option. Like I said, this is the only advantage that Hellcat is going to have over us. But the seat belts, they're charging you $400 for. Well, pretty much all the colors. But you do get more colors. The Laguna leather, $4,000. $4,000, and it's already included in the ZL1. You know, the Alcantara. If you want the Alcantara, just like the ZL1, I believe. There used to be an option where you could get the Alcantara steering wheel too, but you still got to pay another $4,000. We're almost at $80,000. $80,000. So now the red seats, it's for Alex. You know, that's a cool feature, but this is all kind of like gimmicky stuff to me. Because if it doesn't make the car lighter, faster, or whatever, there was a couple things as far as like the carbon fiber dash. Did I really need to get that? No. Carbon fiber shift knob or the red seat belts? No. But I mean, all my options were like less than $1,000. This, they're taking your head off as far as like the seat belts. You know, the Bose sound system in the ZL1's already included in the car. You got to pay $2,000 for the Harman Kardon. I mean, this is like total highway robbery. Now we're at 81,000. If you want the real carbon fiber accents, it's $100 more than the Chevrolet, but I mean, it still doesn't look as good to me, I don't think. Do get more, but yeah, here's the Alcantara steering wheel. You got to pay another $200. It's already included, and you get the Alcantara shift knob with the ZL1. The suede headliner, everything, all this stuff, the piping on the floor mats and all this stuff. It's not. See what I mean? With the driver convenience package, the blind spot monitoring, rear cross path detection, body colored exterior mirrors. Yep. Exterior mirrors with heating elements. Yep. Power. That's the one thing I wish the ZL1 had was folding mirrors or mirrors that manually folded, but ours don't. But you still have to pay $1,300 to get that. So, and $3,000 for the transmission. I don't see the 6-speed. So they're forcing you to pay $3,000 for the 8-speed that it's the only option. Yeah. So we're at 82,000 versus 69,000. And you're talking 4,500 pounds versus 3,900. And in straight line performance, these things are like neck and neck, tit for tat. So 69,000 versus 82. I think we're Alex shows you chocolates. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The red, yeah. I mean, if you daily drive this thing, just like the dirt and grime and everything, any lighter colored interiors, it's going to show it bad, hard. It's going to, I do like the fact that you get the black, but I just wish we had the option. But I'm afraid that if we had the options like they do with the Dodge or the Corvette, they take our head off as far as like pricing goes. So EST 87, how much more do you think the dealerships will go above MSRP? Are you talking about Dodge or are you talking about ZL1, bud? Yeah. As far as above MSRP, Dodge, well, I mean, they're famous for it. They're famous for it. They will hold the carrot as high as they can, and they will milk every. Oh, okay, he says ZL1. that's kind of where it works in our advantage. Because I mean, Chevrolet is like a really common brand. It's growing to be that the Ram brand is growing more, but like Tahoe and the Silverado, even more anymore, like the Equinox and the Blazer was really really popular, and we have much more plentiful of Chevrolet dealerships. I've always kind of joked that Chevrolet dealerships are like gas stations. They're on every corner. I think in the immediate, probably within like 20, 25 miles around me, I probably got like 10 or 12 dealers to pick from. So, um, yeah, Scat Pack is every option. See? Yeah. Yeah. And it all comes down to brand loyalty. What do you want? What do you value? What do you like? I mean, if that's your style, if that's your thing, if you're heavily into Mopar, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. But going back to EST 87, the ZL1, as far as like MSRP, I think it's gonna come back to see how much everybody's gonna be fighting over them. Because I had to pay 4,500 over mine. I don't think my dealership has a rapid 78K. Yes. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, as far as like the Chevrolet dealerships, just the sheer number of them works in our favor as far as like bargaining power, leverage, because if they don't make you happy, man, I mean, we're getting to a point now to where the banks are pulling away from dealerships and everything, that you can just go within 10 miles to another dealership and get a better deal, the same deal or a better deal. So we're kind of backsliding now. Everybody's running out of money, and the buying power is starting to dry up. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's. I don't think it's going to be that bad going forward in the future. Now, as soon as the economy takes off again, it's all like mass hype, just marketing. What can they herd everybody into buying? So if they're going to drive everybody to buy one thing, price is going to go through the roof. Then they're just going to pump all that cash out of you for everything that you're worth. Yeah. So 82,000 versus, what was it? 69.4. So let's just call it 82 for 70. Yeah. That's a big price difference to me, especially for how old this architecture is. It's just, 12 grand. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. And especially when you're talking like $30, $40 on every thousand that you borrow, that can make a big price on your Corey, what's up? I'm sorry, on your payment. That could make a big fluctuation. I just priced them out. Canadian sites ZL1 79 for yep, 88 140 for the Dodge. So the Dodge is actually, wow. I'm surprised. How hard is it to get an allocation up there, Corey? I just learned that we have like a 34% exchange rate between us. So whatever the price difference is. So it looks like the ZL1's holding its value quite well up there. It's either that or the Dodge is not selling. T. Browning says, I like them both, but the Camaro is definitely better for the money. It is. It is. Because in the Dodge, you don't get the ELSD. You don't get the mag ride. The Alpha chassis is way better than the technology that they had back in the 90s. Now, the spot weld count might not be as high in the Camaro. I'm not sure. I can't get physical data. I'll probably have to reach out to Dodge and Chevrolet both and compare the physical numbers. But the Dodge is a much bigger car. It's like the biggest two-door stick car that you can get. It's insanely huge. But the Camaro shines way better. Now, I don't have any data to back this up. I don't have any way, because I can't get anybody to actually fess up the composition, but I do believe that the metal in like the structure and the skin is a little bit cleaner, a little bit better as far as like the Camaro goes. I really haven't seen any Camaros rusting out around here. I have Dodges. And you know, I understand that this iteration of like the Challenger, I understand that it's been here since 16, and the ZL1's been here since 17. So I mean, it's pretty neck and neck. EST says, I tell you, I see more Hellcats in the scrap yards. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and the ZL1's a lot more rare. A lot more rare. Blueprint 1LE just did a video, I think in 2022. I think he said ZL1's manual and automatic, ZL1 and ZL1 1LE. I think there's only like 2,300 produced for the whole year. So to me, it's a no-brainer. It's shocking. But the thing I believe that sells the Hellcats is it's a bigger car. The seats are bigger. You know, you don't have those tight Recaros that grab you. Not everybody's looking to run around town and, you know, pull G's and freaking, you know, burn tires and everything. Some people just want to buy a big, fluffy, you know, I don't know an analogy for it. It's kind of like a hybrid luxury and like crazy muscle car, but that would be the only thing that I could see that the Dodge would have over is just interior cabin room. If you could get over that, a lot of people complain about the visibility out of the Camaro. It doesn't bother me. I like it. My SS1LE would give a Hellcat trouble in everything but a straight line. 100%. 100%. I've owned both, and I'm telling you. I haven't owned the Hellcat, but I've had 1LE, the SS1LE, and the ZL1, and I'm telling you, from my experience of everything running with Hellcats, yes, it would. What's your thoughts on the pricing for A10 1SS 50K and an A10 2SS for 53? Is that fair or is that high? It sounds like the 1SS has got some other crap on it. I don't think that they just checked the A10 box and then just let it fly. So does it have some other stuff on it? Because that seems a little high, man. My 1SS 1LE, I paid 48. Yeah, 47 or 48. And I've got the sticker in the other room. I probably should have grabbed it, but it's a little high. In the 1LE package, you get all the cool 2SS options that you like want and need. So that's why I like the 1SS 1LE. I thought was freaking plenty. And it was like $47,000. And you got everything that the ZL1 had. It's just the LT1. The gearing's a little bit different now that I'm saying that. And I guess, yeah, you pretty much got most of it. It's just the radio sucks. But that's not what I bought it for. You don't get heated or cooled seats. You don't get the interior lighting and stuff. But that I mean, if I could have got my ZL1 in the 1SS package, I would have did it. Because I don't need it. I think it's got the 1LE wheels. Can't remember how much that costs, but there are. If it's a 1SS, the 1LE wheels are like probably the best mod that you can do. The 245s that I have that I run in the wintertime, it's scary in the summer. Like, it's just flat out. There's no way that you should have a 245 on the car. It's almost dangerous. Mike says it could be a 1LE. I don't know if it would have a A10 transmission, 50 grand. I mean, that would make sense. Did it have red calipers? Because, I mean, that's going to be the one way to tell you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 50K with the additional. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that could be the case. But I just don't see Chevrolet like raking their customers over the coals. I mean, they're just not that predatorial yet. It could be coming. Could be coming. But Dodge and Ford's always been that way. They have always been that way. They have Ferrari-itis so bad that will punish their customers just for being the customers, and the customers love it. And I don't understand it. So, but that could be the case, even at 50K. If it's a 1LE, yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I've been itching to drive an A10. I just think with the in the corners, because that ELSD is, I don't care what anybody says, the ELSD is, I don't even know, man. I mean, it's probably a good 20% of why the car handles the way that it does. I mean, you'd have to go through that screen where it says the LSD slippage, and it gives you that split with a curve, and it'll give you the where it goes green to red or whatever. And yes, that ELSD is, along with how stiff the Alpha chassis is. No, you could take the mag ride out of the equation. Mag ride's purely for comfort. It doesn't have any. It's not pushing back on the suspension and doing any other than trying to keep the car level in the corner. But as far as like the ELSD, it is sitting there, open and closing, open. It's locking and unlocking and locking and unlocking so fast. It saves your ass, like in the corners, and it makes you like instantly 10 times a better driver. And it just, coupled with those supercar 3s, it's amazing. And the Hellcat doesn't have any of this. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. The metal quality, just, you're going to have all the advanced steel, ultra high strength steel, the high strength steel inside the Camaro. Yeah, pretty much if you can go to a dealership, sit in the car, and if you can live with the visibility and the trunk, I think you're going to be much, much happier for the price. Because I'm just going to take 20 times. Yeah. Because, I mean, that's like $250 a month cheaper. Just, I mean, at the same credit, at the same percentage on your loan, you're saving a ton of money just by going with the ZL1. And you're getting a more rare car. I honestly think that the price on these cars are going to freaking explode here. As soon as everybody actually like drives it, finds out what it is. But it could be a trend, man. It could be just, hype, internet hype, as far as what's driving a Hellcat. But I do know that a lot of people that I've talked to said that they refuse to buy a used Hellcat because of the shit that they see online, seeing people do to them and putting them through. So, what do you guys think? Do I have any Mopar fans in here tonight, other than Alex? It's kind of hard to gauge here. But yeah, as far as the technology and everything, the Hellcat it can't keep up. And I mean, the weight you can't shed. Now the weight, I got a couple videos coming up as far as like the suspension and all that, because you're gonna see in the 5-link the way that they kind of shed the weight. The way that they shed the weight to make the Alpha chassis a little bit lighter from the Cadillac ATS and CTS line down to the Alpha. It's they chinsed up the 5-link, and I found out that's why I'm having all the traction problems that I'm having. So yeah, I might be packing on some pounds here, but I would rather not eat carbs and put the metal where it needs to be in the chassis and hook. So, yeah, that's going to be my big deal as far as mods coming up. I just got off the highway today. I did some testing. I wanted to collect some data for E85. I've been getting a couple comments here as far as like me talking about synthetic fuels. Everybody's really concerned about E85 and the consumption of it. So I went out and did some testing today. I ordered some parts, so we should have some more content be coming. But have you guys heard of any insane markups? What about you, Alex? Have you heard of insane markups coming up for the Demon 170 or anything? So, other than that, what are we at? 40 minutes? I might have to call it. Just have to be good at driving. The Hellcats, yeah, yeah. The Hellcats, I refuse to race. The formula, the recipe's there, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if like the people that have them, like once they get up to speed, like the backdoor decals. Yeah. Yeah, that's something I wish I never got started, man. Oh my god, those things are atrocious. Some of them don't look too bad, but some of them are just like really, really, really. But yeah, John, the Hellcats, man, if they want to run, they just lose control too easy. The suspension isn't there. I mean, you can hop under there and look. My neighbor's got a scat pack, and every time I hop under there, it's so like basic and simple. It's almost scary, but it's all it's kind of cool how it works that it does. But it's they're like the sway bars are too skinny. I don't think the links are beefy enough. The handling just sucks. They got just a regular McPherson strut. I believe it's a short arm, long arm setup on the front. I have to look at the rear end. I don't know if it's got an independent rear suspension. Somebody comment if they've got independent rear. But yeah, it just seems like they wipe out and get out of control once they get above, Now I'm talking factory setup, and this is what I've seen mainly online. Now, we've had some street racing go bad around here, and it doesn't matter. Whoever's involved, they charge them just the same as, you know what I mean? So, I try not to race them because it seems like they get out of control too easy. Alex says, I find it easy to control because of the weight. It's old school driving. Swinging big body. Yeah. But over 120, I mean, it doesn't take much, man. I just don't think that they have the ESC, I believe that they have the traction control. I think they have like launch mode. The only thing that I do like is like the line lock, one button push. I do like the folded mirrors. There's some things I thought about asking my neighbor and seeing like doing like a vice versa or a Versa Camaro versus Challenger video of everything that I like that Dodge did that I wish Chevy would have done, but yes. Yeah. I can see that happening. Yeah, it just seems like the brakes are a little bit small. It's the car is, I hate to say it, but it seems like a rental car with just a big ass motor just shoehorned in the freaking engine bay. It's a really good highway car because the Challenger is a 116-inch wheelbase. If you want to drift that car or swing it, it's going to have a much slower reaction time just because of how long it is, rather as opposed to like the Camaro or something, with the shorter wheelbase. But yeah, that might be why it's the choice of takeovers. But yeah, exactly. A lot of people complain about the interior, but a lot of people complain about the interior of Camaro. I like simplicity. I like it just means, 15, 20 years down the road, you're just going to have a lot less headaches to fix. Is like I was talking with the last stream. Mercedes and them, they become financial nightmares. Once they're out of warranty, get rid of it, man. Because, everything's so over engineered. That's why it's so overpriced. Plus, once you like get into the exotics territory, you have to special order parts across the pond. It's a joke. It's a joke. So, as far as domestics, now they're getting to the point to where like the ZL1 1LE. I hate to say it again, but with the 716 on the ring, dude, that's a fast car. That's a that's a seriously fast car. I will have a plastic interior if it will do everything that I want it to do on the street. So, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much in a nutshell, my opinion on why. Yeah, I think you would be a fool to overlook the ZL1 platform, especially when like the Dark Horse is going for 80 grand. Sorry, Alex. I don't think it's there for a 500 horse. It's just a 50, a Mach 1 on steroids with some badging, and I don't believe that that's worth $80,000, especially when you can get everything that's available in the ZL1 package. That for 70 grand. Well, it says, well, I had an RT narrow body. Now I have a Scat Pack wide body. So what did you think of the 5.7 versus the 6.4? Because my neighbor is 6'4", man. Chad's, you've seen him on the channel. Chad, it just, that thing actually seems like a pretty serious contender. I know that Dodge has been known for like longer stroke, maybe a bigger bore slightly. So they're going to get like more torque. They've been kind of known to be the torque monsters. Ford's kind of been known to be like making power in the higher RPMs, especially with the 4-valve. And then the LT series is like somewhere in between. But yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. Except for the rear quarters. The rear quarters on the Camaro slope down as they go into the belt line on the door. And the Mustang, if you look at it from a straight, it's just straight across. The style line just runs straight, and that throws me off. It's not like the Mustang's a hideous looking car. I'd still take the Mustang over a lot of imports. But Mr. Burley's right. The ZL1 will take the Dark Pony. Yeah. The Dark Horse. Yeah. I just see the hype drying up on that thing. For me, it's not there. I mean, the SS1LE will give the Dark Horse a run for its money. And you can save 25, 30 grand. You can do a lot. So, yeah. As far as the Hellcat goes, I know there's a lot of people like putting them on E85. They're easy to make big horsepower numbers. IHI did an excellent job as far as that blower goes. With the 2.2, I believe it, 2.2 or 2.3. They're going to be. That's coming up. Seriously. EST87 says they're selling names now. And it's, if it truly does go EV, you're going to see the epitome of this comment right here. It will be. It's going to be selling names. Full stop. And it's going to lose its way. Period, flat out. But yeah, the Dark Horse is, no. To me, essentially at its core, yeah, you get a couple different body panels that are different as opposed to like a GT or whatever, or a Mach 1 or whatever. But I know how little money it takes to make those, and yeah, it doesn't impress me that much. Mr. Burley says, I've seen a lot of people talk about switching from the GT350s and other things to the ZL1 because they hate the lack of low end torque. Yeah. 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 And you know, it's like I've seen other YouTubers say that the LT is actually in between Dodge and Ford. And, you know, that I think that's where the butter zone is. I think that, you know, and I've seen people drive, you know, they had the, what was it? The GT350R. I think Eddie X had a video up where the owner of that GT350R that actually works at Ford drove a ZL1. He's like, oh man, I love the torque. And yeah, the torque switch gets you there and the horsepower is what keeps you there. So, and the LT4's got everything. So, I mean, to me, it's kind of a hard platform to beat. Now, that saying, with that cheaper price tag or our entry point, it has its limitations, and once you max it out, it is expensive to go beyond that capability. It's like me and this fuel issue. So now I've maxed out the fuel. I don't know whether I just want to go heads cam, maybe do a little bit of aux on the low side and call it what it is. Or do you want to keep going, throw port injection on it, and just build the hell out of this car and just go nuts? So for me to update the fuel, it's going to be probably like a $10,000 bill. I mean, let's just call it what it is. But, you know, that's what I'm talking about. But right now I've got 735 horse. I took the factory specs as high as, you know, pretty much it'll go. And I mean, for a lot of people, factory will do. Stock will do. Randy Jones, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you. I haven't heard from you in a long time, man. What are the best cooling mods for the ZL1 1LE for the supercharger without meth? E85. E85. And if you want cooling, you might look into nitrous. Fog in the blower and physically cooling it down. That's kind of what I thought about doing. But meth, I like meth. I think meth, for me, I was kind of hesitant to do it because, you know, one, it's kind of like the inner chiller for Dodge. One pull, one hard, serious pull, and the meth quits, and you're probably going to be looking at a long block. So, you know, yeah, it's just like I like meth, yeah. Methanol. But yes, Justin Keith over at Killer Performance was talking to me. Yeah. But yeah, he talked me into it because I was very, very hesitant. I'm like, shit, man, I don't know. You know, I was like, it's another fuel to buy. You can't ship it. You can't just go like meth.com and order, you know, R1 equivalent meth or M1 equivalent meth because they will not ship the stuff. Like, you have to go to a dealer to buy it. So you have to have a speed shop near you to buy it. But I am so happy I did. So happy that I ended up putting my car on meth because you can feel the difference massively. It was probably like 100 horsepower. Is what it went down to. But yeah, E85 is where I would go. I guess what state are you in? Because that's gonna. I guess it really doesn't matter because it's from the pump. Even if you're paying $1 more a gallon, it's still the best way to go in my opinion. E85 or any kind of alcohol injection. Maybe use nitrous to fog the blower. It's either that or get a Maggie 2650, or you can get like Cord's ice tank. But man, you're talking 15 quarts. 15 quarts. You're talking 4 quarts to a gallon divided by 4.5, maybe 5 gallons. A gallon of water is what, 8 pounds. So, yeah, maybe it's not that much, but you're talking an additional like 50, 60, 70 pounds of equipment putting back into the car just to cool down the blower. What's up, Tracy? Hey. So anyways, everybody, I was talking with Tracy on the phone earlier today, and he discovered some damage on his Yanko, and that's sweet. So yes, he promised to keep me in the loop, but the the damage on the Yanko. Did you get to see it, Tracy? If so, send me some pictures because I'm gonna need. I'll post it for everybody to see. But so somebody at the factory, so we think maybe burned the paint right around the sunroof. So like I was telling him, that's a bad place because they laser welded the drip rails on the drip rails on the roof so they laser weld the roof skin to the structure of the car, and the paint actually goes down. You have to pretty much cover, you're going to paint the quarter panels underneath the door. Yeah. EST's with you, buddy. Says I knew his blood. Yes. I think it went down, then up, then maybe sideways massively. It was, yeah. It's gonna be a deal. So, Chevrolet, you know who you're dealing with, and you know everything that's going on. I just hope that they do the right thing, step up, fix the car, make Tracy whole. But that's gonna be a bad one because that's a collector's car, worth a lot of money. I mean, Tracy, I believe he told me his sticker on it was like 156 and change, $156,000 car. So, I'm okay right now. Yeah, a little bit is therapeutic, wasn't it? So yeah, that's gonna be a big deal. And I'd love to know if they could track it down to who it was. It had to have been at the factory, but you never know because everyone's gonna go he did it. So yeah, but that's gonna be interesting. Please keep us in the loop. Yeah. So yes, Hellcat. If you're a Mopar head, get them while you can. If not, I honestly think there's going to be a lateral move, if not an upgrade for less money, waiting for you on the Chevrolet side. It's going to come down to brand loyalty. What do you think, Tracy? Would you ever consider ZL1 for Hellcat? Would you ever consider the Hellcat to be a better of a car just because the price is more? In my mind, that doesn't make sense because I know a lot in today's day and age, a lot of people like, they associate struggle with achievement, and that shit's gone, man. Like that's ancient thinking, and it does not add up. So, yeah. Seriously, yeah. How dare they? That's a good way to put it. But yeah, I mean, you're talking 1 of 50. So, just make sure. Alex says, just make sure to get your 2024 belt in 2023, though. Yes. Thanks inside. Yeah. I'm here in OKC 405. Yes. Yeah, I appreciate that, sir. Yeah. I would I mean you're close enough. I'd hit up Killer Performance. Go over there. Just tell them you want to keep the the 1.7 blower, you want to keep the LT4 blower. And just tell me you want to max it out as far as cooling goes. Guarantee he's going to tell you to put a quartz ice tank in it along with meth, but if you don't want to do meth, I would definitely do DSX Flex Fuel. Get a tune on it. Get a good tune on it for E85, and dude, you'll be set. I mean, you're gonna pick up probably 100, maybe 150 wheel. Yeah, I mean, yeah, both cards are cool, but I still prefer. Yeah, I just think the build quality in the Hellcat is a little subpar, just because of the metal quality. I don't think that the high strength steel is there. Now, I mean, don't let that get inside your head. Like if I crash it, because there's intrusion beams in all door panels. I mean, they do safety crash ratings and all this stuff. But as far as like horsepower, it's two different things, because when you start really putting horsepower to stuff, it tweaks stuff, it twists stuff, it just bends, and yeah, it's an entirely different. Like the chassis handles energy differently, because it's like a drop of water hits a puddle, and you know how it makes that ring and that ripple effect. I mean, energy will pass through a car in the same way in like a crash, but when a car is being manhandled, or just like aggressively being beaten on or twisted by horsepower, spot welds and quality of steel is really going to take a toll. It's really going to come into play. Yeah. Rock the louvers. Yeah, if you're a louver lover, Camaro all the way. Case in point, thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Yeah. But no, as far as getting back to like the chassis on the Hellcat, I truly believe it's like building a house. If you got a shitty foundation, a shitty base, you're going to have a shitty house no matter how pretty it is. So I honestly believe from the ground up, quality wise, it's 6.2 supercharged versus 6.2 supercharged. Camaro gets the 10 speed as opposed to 8 speed. You still get the stick in the Camaro. And I just think that the technology, that's where GM shines. That's where they put all their money and all their, because it's pretty much an engineer-based company. So that's where they put all their money at, is mag ride, suspension, making the car handle, the ELSD, or mechanical, limited slip, trying to get the car to actually like go around a track at a decent time, as opposed to like just throwing a billion horsepower at the damn thing and saying, look, that's pretty sweet, isn't it? So I honestly think if the Viper came in at a cheaper price point like the Corvette did, or you know what I mean, if it was like starting at like 75, or you know what I'm saying, kind of like the Challenger or the Hellcats are now, I think the Viper they'd have never really had a need for the Hellcat. So, and then we'd have really been in freaking trouble. So, but other than that, fellas, you got anything you want to talk about? Any questions for me before we wrap it up? Mind out of the gutter. Mind out of the gutter. I know Alex and I are talking about hitting another stream. We got some bullshit laws that the government's trying to throw at the car community. I don't know why they're attacking us so hard, like here within the past year or two, but yeah. Okay, fellas. Well, yeah. Yes, sir. It is big news. So, Tracy, you're in our thoughts, bud. Hopefully when we come back here next week, you got some good news for us. And yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to come together. As far as like the EPA, it all started like a couple years ago when the EPA wanted to take our exhaust. But yes. Do you guys want to talk synthetic fuels next week, or do you want to talk about maybe something else? I don't know. We'll have to. I'll get something figured out. But Tracy, you're in our thoughts. Please come back next week. Tell us what's going on. But that's going to be a big one, guys, because I might make a video on that. I don't know. So other than that, don't forget to like the video on your way out. EST, thank you, sir. Till next time, burn gas and haul ass. Lots of it. Good luck, Tracy. We'll talk to you guys later. Subscribe, like it. Mr. Burley, have a good night, guys.